Welcome to US Tactics Gaming, home of gaming and programming. Welcome to my desktop. Tonight I'm going to show you a few video editing software that I got on my computer that will help you to create your own first video. So we'll start with Video Editor. We'll start a new project. We'll go ahead and add files. I'd say if I wanted to add all of these GTA files. So there it goes. Adding all of these files. Now the files could be either video files or pictures. It don't really matter. And depending on the software, it does support many different formats. So if it doesn't support the format that you got, just try a different software. Very likely you'll get through it. So here we are. We got all of the stuff that I wanted to add to the video. And I'll just start adding, just like that. So if you want to see smaller timeline on here, you just zoom in and out of it. And you just start adding stuff. And you could add the same thing multiple times, as you can see. You could look through your stuff. It's awesome that it shows thumbnails, the names. See, it actually, over here, it categorizes stuff for you. And it looks like you could even add audio files, which I didn't mention earlier. Which we're gonna try to add some right now. So how do we add audio? Up right here. Cancel. Click add files or drag add. It's asking me to add a what if we do it this way? So I have some music that I could use. So there we go. We just added it this way. Just drag that into the app. You could even test if it works. And it does. And if you want to add it into your video, you just drag it down here. Then you could drag it around in a timeline wherever you want to pop it, whenever you want to listen to it, and so on. You could even put it in front, but then it will just show black screen with the music. And until you have the video to show, which is like a minute later. So now we're going to try to export it. Export video file. Oh, and now it's actually prompting a message saying that I have to buy the software. So we got to try it, but if we want to export a video, we definitely have to buy the software. So what happens if we do want to buy the software? Here it is. Here's the pricing for it, which is not expensive at all. Keep in mind this has European prices as well, meaning that the software could have came from Europe or Asia. And the problem was buying software from a different country. That means you might have a little bit of problem contacting customer service or tracking your purchase. So, and over here we got a little bit of a hacking tool, which I'll show you in a future videos on how to get bypass that. So we're gonna go up. Looks like it bypassed it for me. So here you go. It could create a video in MP4 format, and very likely it's probably going to make like a watermark on it just because it's not a purchased version. So here we go. We're going to move on to the next software. I'm going to go ahead and close everything out. And the next one I want to show you guys is making me buy the software now that I used it. It's forcing me to buy it. So here we go. I used it to create my first video, which is Power Director. It's about a $200 software that came on my computer. See, it has a full feature editor, easy editor, express project, theme designer, and so on. So we're gonna create like easy editor. See how that looks like. I actually haven't looked at it. I used the full feature one. Oh wow. So it's basically what it is. It's a magic movie tool. What it does, you just import your stuff, whatever you want to import. Like what I did was the GTA pictures right here. And what you can do is basically select the items, import them. You add a style to it. Oh, now it's making me buy these styles. How silly. First, letting me do the video, but then it's by the second step, it's making me purchase the app. So that's not gonna work. So what we're gonna try to do is the full future. I do believe I have a full future unlocked. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and try to open a project that I saved earlier, just so I could show you how it looks like. I do believe I have one in my documents. And if it would be any of your projects would save in your documents, so my documents or documents. The reason I say my documents is that's how they used to be called, and now they're just called documents. Here's our Camtasia. Cyberlink is right here, which is our it doesn't say right here Cyberlink, but this is Cyberlink. So right here, Power Director, we found it. Power Director DVD and stuff like that. And it looks like I do not have a sub project here. Nope, no project. But here we go. So we could go ahead and even delete these guys, remove from the library, add our own media folder. It allows me to add the whole folder at once. Voila. And you start editing, just like what I am doing right now. And of course you could move them around. Make them longer. And if it doesn't make longer, you just insert it right here. So there you go. You just keep inserting. Let's look at this a little closer. It says override, insert to all movie clips, replace whatever's in there. What is in there? So let's take a look. Anything that you put in here could be played out. So here we are. We're playing whatever we already made. And no, there's nothing there. So at this point, you could just keep adding. So after that, you could add music, add media files, I save stuff onto my desktop because I know stuff is on there and it's just easier for me to reference to it later. However, you could pick other ways to save things. And that's why I keep my desktop organized. But here you go. Add music right here. And now you got your music. And so here we are. And another thing I've learned, this app is limited for you to use as well. Because if I wanted to create something in 3D, it's also making me purchase it. Now we could go buy it and check out the pricing for it. Oh, right here, yeah. For a whole year, you get to use it for 50 bucks for a year. So it's not so shabby, not so bad. And it's 30% off, so that's actually $70 a year if you were to go buy it. And there's, of course, bigger options. Look at these guys, 129 a year. Come with all these kinds of things like PC protection and all kinds of stuff. But if we don't have these kind of budgets, we get to work with what we have and we create amazing videos without this yet. And of course, if you make money on your videos, you could purchase bigger plans for your videos. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and exit out and show you my last editing software that I found. That's right, TechSmith Camtasia. With this one, I was able to create my animation, add um, annotations, and of course music. I do want to point out that this app comes with a lot of sample stuff, like a lot of sample music that you could add into the video without being afraid that it's being copyrighted. So here's our projects. Here's my finished project, by the way. Or no, I don't think that's my finished project. Oh, here you go. Here's the trial version of the software. And I'll show you guys in the next video how to actually bypass that, which is very, very ridiculous. And I would imagine that software developers would probably be looking into it a little bit more. And the videos that I make will actually show you guys how easy it is to break into things on the internet and how important it is to protect it. So we're going to continue trial on this. It's an importing my project that I was doing earlier, which will actually continue with you. So here it is. So here I created a project. It's just gonna play the slideshow of these many pictures that I made, and then I'm gonna put in the annotations, all these cool annotations that I could put into the video now. I'll make a story, and hopefully we'll make like a story video. Over here I'll show you library of icons like buildings. We have buildings right here, charts, a light bulb. Actually, I had to draw my own because I didn't have the software. So you got all kinds of different things. The only downside I've noticed is that this little pan that I'm in is super tiny, so it's super hard to see. Oh, we even have intros. I gotta see this. So there we go. I could actually make intro something that looks like that. The reason it's not playing right now because this is playing. So we're gonna stop this and start that. I would imagine it will probably play better once it's inserted. How many is there? So yeah, and this could be edited. TextMist Camtasia could be edited into your own text. Ooh, look at that one. So there you go. Super cool intros, and if you don't, for some reason, like them, I have created my own intro, which will probably be in my video editor. Sorry. No, 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 it's not. It's probably in a cop algebra. There it is. So I'll go ahead and pause this, but this one's entirely like 3D. And it's a cutout out of the video game, and they just out of the cutout, we merged the logo into it. And it was created by renderforest.com. And if you go into renderforest.com, you could create your own logo, download it, and then upload it into your own video. I have so many apps running. My apologies. All of these apps take memory, so running a slower machine will make your stuff go a little bit slower. So if you do have a slow machine, be patient. So we're gonna try render forest. In fact, I have it in my history. So there we go. They have 105 templates. And all of these templates are available for you to use to create your own logo. All of those are logos. See, in 2019 logos, firework logos, all kinds of logos. So, endless possibilities. You could create your own. Voila. 15-second logo. And here it takes you to the render forest. Obviously, you pick out whatever you want. You type whatever you want into here. And it will save. You put your picture into here through the media library or URL. Media library, it will take you to your images. See, there you go. Or you could browse out of your desktop. There you go. Or your documents. And voila, and you create videos like that. I accidentally exited out of the browser. But the reason there is a little watermark on there is because it's not a paid version. That would be a paid version of the logo. The watermark would disappear. So let's return to our video. You guys are not gonna see the video all the way out to the end. Right now I'm just going through it. That's one thing that you gotta do when you create videos, is you gotta review your videos 1,000 times to make sure they came through. You know, every little piece of it went through. You could have messed something up. Just look at that. Out of 1,000 pictures, you could have misplaced one, and your whole story just goes misplaced. This was just some crazy images I found on GTA. And I'll show you guys how I obtained them. I actually used the phone that was in the game to take all these pictures. And I just want to show you this one in particular. There's little rocks underneath this little metal thing. The only thing I've noticed was the metal thing has a lot of nails into it, I mean screws. which are completely unnecessary, or maybe it's just a design. And then you see a little bit of dirt right there by the tree, which was the tree right there. And then you see this this walk, and the walk has so many shapes into it. It's ridiculous, like the little sandstones in there, the name on on the star, and the little logo. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy details in these pictures. It's like if I would go to Vegas and take a picture like, I mean Hollywood, and take a picture like that, it would be identical to it. So here we are. I'm on so far this part right here. So I went for searching for something, found some anomalies, and voila. And where's all my media? Oh yeah, and all my media is saved right here. And as I was saying earlier, it's so tiny. This little box is so tiny for all the pictures that I found. It's just ridiculous, and I have to sit here and go through every single one of them. And unfortunately, I just don't have them in order like I would. Which actually I've noticed they are alphabetized. Yeah. And I did take my time while saving these pictures. I did take my time naming them, as you notice. Pin-up, poster, park ranger. So let's see what I'm looking for here. What I'm looking for is the limo. L. Voila. I found it. And this is one of the many reasons why you should stay organized with all of these pictures and all of these little bits of pieces of information so you could actually refer to it later easier. See, it's nice that this is actually alphabetized. Alright, so now I'm just gonna have to work and hack my own memory. The next thing I was gonna look up was I just don't remember. There's just so many pictures. It's just so many to remember. Um, wait, news, W. Let's try to look in W. Looking for that red van. There it is. For some reason it was on the bottom, but not underneath the name that I thought it was. Strange characters. Oh my god, I ran into so many of them. We're not gonna put that one in here because I think I've had it in the beginning. What is going on here? Oh yes, I did have a little issue for some odd reason. I was trying to enlarge the pictures and it focused one of the pictures in like this one right here. So what we can do is just delete it out and replace it with a new one. And now it was cracking it. About butt crack. Yep, it was butt crack. So here it is. So here we are gonna replace it with the original. See if it does that whole thing again with the focus. Nope, it didn't. And I also was gonna check if there's, yep, there it is. That picture I was trying to use at the end. It's right here at the beginning. Well, as you see, it's very, 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 very tedious when it comes to video making. Very tedious. Especially when you have a lot of material. Luckily, I did organize it in a way. Up all the way toward the bottom. Oh, see, instead of strange characters, those are weird characters. And luckily, once again, at least I stayed in the organization area where I kept kind of the same name on both categories. We only got 3 more minutes of stream left. Not much to show, but at least you guys got to see all kinds of different software. Not much to show yet, and mainly because it's tedious. Like the last video it did take me, that was an animation, and an animation took me just about 3-4 days to draw everything out, to draw every detail. And just imagine putting together an animation where you actually have to draw the pictures and then putting them together. And just to show you how clear I am on this whole, how many pictures did I come about to make this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and enlarge this, and here you go. The whole entire panel. Like I'm gonna have to do like a Instagram page for this, just because of how much material I found. And I'll let you guys enjoy this later on in time. So here you go. I hope you all enjoyed, This is the software I used for streaming this. OBS software 22.0.2, 64-bit Windows. And just to show you guys my system information,